It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from All In Brewing Company out in Sweden. It's a collaboration beer with Brouwerij De Molen. It's the Empress Strikes Black Whiskey Oak Aged Imperial Stout brewed with licorice, coming in at a whopping 10.2% ABV. But doesn't that look absolutely smashing? That label is great. It all hacks over to, it's obviously Star Wars, but yeah, I just really like that. I really like the design of the label. All In Brewing, their Hype IPA is absolutely fantastic. Brouwerij De Molen, well, we all know Brouwerij De Molen. They brew some wonderful beers, so I am really looking forward to getting this Imperial Stout, whiskey barrel aged Imperial Stout, out into a glass. It's a one finger tan coloured head, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it anyway. For me, I'm coining the term Scandinavian style Imperial Stout. Bear with me. I've drunk some wonderful beers from Norway, Sweden, even Belgium. Brew some great Imperial Stouts and stouts. Norway, Sweden, yeah, I've drunk some great beers. Dutch, Holland, I've drunk some great beers, and they've all had this lovely, thick, tan-coloured head with a jet black beer. It's got great carbonation, and I wanna mention at this stage of the review that for me personally, I think the Scandinavians brew the best Imperial Stouts in the world. And you might be thinking, I'm going to write a comment, no, I'm from America, we've got some amazing Imperial Stouts, Imperial Porters. Yes, you do. But I feel like I'm more now overly qualified to say this, because I've drunk so many American Imperial Stouts. I've drunk so many Scandinavian Imperial Stouts. Hell, I've drunk Imperial Stouts from all over the world. I am not standing here banging on my own drum. I am just standing here as a person who's drunk Imperial Stouts from all over the world, saying that these guys in Scandinavia, for me, have got it alright. They brew the best Imperial Stouts, Imperial Porters in the world. Look at that. Look at that carbonation slowly glooping its way up the side of the glass. And that tells me instantly that it's a wonderful consistency to the beer. Let's get the aroma. And boy, oh boy, this does not let me down whatsoever. This smells like the perfect Imperial Stout. It's chocolate, coffee, caramel. It's a little smoky, but this beer has an added twist. That added twist is the licorice. The licorice just wafts its way in between the coffees, the chocolates, the caramels. It just lingers around. And it just says, don't forget about me. And that's a big thing, because the chocolates, the coffee, the caramels in an Imperial Stout are very prominent. They're very bitter. They're very big on the aroma. You also get that kind of whiskey barrel aged aroma in there. Most definitely. It's almost bourbon. I wonder if it's, I'll read it in a moment. I'm gonna take a taste first and then go into the label. But I'm wondering if it's bourbon barrel aged. But yeah, a backdrop of big licorice aromas in this. I'm going to dive in. Cheers. Oh, whoa! Stone the crows. Stone the crows. This is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful stuff. It's big, it's chewy, it's malty. Yes, it's got licorice. Of course it's got licorice. But it's also got them chocolates, coffees, caramels, and the most important aspect of this beer, I've mentioned it before, I'll say it again, is the mouthfeel. This beer would be nothing without the mouthfeel. I've drunk some Imperial Stouts out there around the world that have all of these tastes, but they've been thin. And for me, an Imperial Stout without the big bold body that this has just doesn't stack up. Denmark. It's been on my mind the last minute or two. I was saying Norway, Sweden, then I went over to Belgium and I was like, oh, this country slipped my mind. But Denmark also brew some great Imperial Porters, Imperial Stouts. For me, one more time, let me mention it one more time. You heard it here first. The Scandinavians brew the best Imperial Stouts, Imperial Porters in the world. End of story. End of story. This beer's got so much. The carbonation tickles the back of your throat as the beer goes down. It's got that grey body, that big thick chocolatey coffee caramel body that you would expect from this beer. The licorice just kind of floats over in the taste. And that, I was saying whiskey, I was wondering if it was bourbon barreled. Should we take a little look? Whiskey oak aged Imperial Stout. Now, yeah, I'm going to say whiskey, oak barrels. I'm going to go with, yeah, oak, bourbon, that's what I was looking for. I'm going to go with that bourbon whiskey barrel aged taste. I'm going to say it's bourbon barrel aged. This is a stunner from All In Brewing, Brouwerij De Molen. The Empress strikes black. Final thoughts and a rating. But before I do, none of this would be possible. I wouldn't be able to stand here and say my piece about the Scandinavians brewing the best Imperial Stouts and Imperial Porters in the world. I wouldn't be able to stand here and say that if it wasn't for my good friend in Sweden, Johan. Johan has, all the way over there in Sweden, has shaped this channel. He's added an extra gear to the channel. It's knowledge. Life is thought, it's knowledge, it's being able to break down doors, and that's exactly what he's done. He's just sent the beers to me. When I say just, it's more than, of course, it's much more than a just. What I'm trying to say is that he's opened my mind to different beers from different countries, Belgian beers, Belgian stouts. Do you know we had a comment once saying the Belgians don't brew stouts, and that was from an American beer reviewer on YouTube. I won't mention his name. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But thanks to Johan, I think we've kind of, I personally want to go with this now. I want to kind of push the name because I think it's well worthy of it, and I think it wouldn't be right of me standing here drinking Imperial Stouts from all over the world and me not putting my piece in, giving you my piece, telling you guys that the Scandinavians brew amazing Imperial Stouts, Imperial Porters. I think, if possible, if anybody knows anybody at Untapped, if anybody knows anybody at Rate Beer or some of the other websites out there where you kind of you put your beer reviews in, I want to coin a new phrase, a new style of beer. I want to coin the style of beer Scandinavian style Imperial Stout / Porter, because they've just got great balance. They've got great big thick consistencies. And let me make this clear, if this is going to happen, if somebody goes out there and makes it that it's a Scandinavian style porter or stout, on Rate Beer, on Untapped, on Facebook, wherever you decide to kind of help me out with this, then there are certain requirements. The requirements are, it has to have this lovely tan coloured head. It has to be jet black. And it has to be thick and big and bold in the mouthfeel. It's not a ridiculously thin Imperial Stout, because it won't make the style for me. So if this is going to happen, I hope it does. I hope it does. I hope you guys can help me out here. But I want to coin a new phrase. Scandinavian style Imperial Stout / Porter. Anyway, rating. I've gone off the tracks a little bit with this one, but it's something that's been on my mind for a while. The Empress Strikes Black by All In Brewery and Brouwerij De Molen. Oak aged, whiskey barrel aged, Liqourice Imperial Stout. It's amazing. Rating. Yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Thank you to Johan. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.